John in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Hey, John, thanks for watching Free Speech TV on DirecTV. What's on your mind?
Hello, Tom.
Oh, John.
I'd listened to that guy you had on there that claimed he was a Tea Party member. If he'd been a Tea Party member at any point in his life, wanting smaller government and less taxes, he wouldn't have been sitting there talking about voting for Hillary, one of the most corrupt people to ever be voted into a political office in this country.
Yeah, but see, he doesn't want smaller government and less taxes. He's probably paying no income taxes right now because he's retired, number one. And secondly, he does want government large enough to cover his health costs. You know,
but we have 4 million government employees, which...
what does that have to do with anything, John? Most of that's the military. That's got nothing to do with this. The question is whether health care should be a right or a privilege in the United States. And increasingly, the Democratic Party is saying it should be a right, and the Republicans are saying, no, it should be a privilege, and we are the privileged few, we Republicans. And everybody else, screw you. That's the Republican message.
That's the message that needs to be out there. That's the only one that makes sense.
Screw you?
Yeah.
How does that make sense, John? How does it make sense?
Well, because just because you're born don't mean that you've guaranteed health care. You've got to have some personal responsibility, which Democrats don't seem to know how to gesture or put forth to have.
That's absurd. John, that's absurd.
What?
That's absolutely absurd. Of the 34 richest nations on OECD nations, 33 of them guarantee the right to health care as a human right to all of their people. The only advanced country on earth that doesn't do that is the United States. We're the only country that's stupid enough to go down the road of the billionaires who can afford to self-insure.
Yeah, but Tom, Canada has socialized medicine. You may die.
Canada has single-payer medicine, and it works really, really well for them. In fact, the number one, year after year after year, Tommy, I think Douglas is his name, is rated the most popular Canadian in history, and he was the guy from Saskatchewan. He's Kiefer Sutherland's grandfather who created Medicare in Canada.
Why is it on a Friday night if you break a leg bone on a football game in Canada, you have to come to the United States to get it set because they won't let you see it?
John, if you've been listening to that kind of stuff, somebody's been lying. I mean, somebody has set you up as a sucker. I'm telling you, if you break a leg in Canada, you're in the ER just faster than in much of the United States because they've got a lot of healthcare facilities, scattered across that country. There's no wait if you break a leg.
Well, let me ask you something before you let me go. What are you going to do when Ted Cruz is president and vice president?
Apropos of what?
Do what?
Going to do? What do you mean?
I mean, how is the Democrats going to handle Ted Cruz and Scott Walker in the White House in 2016 or 2017?
Depends on what they try to do. I mean, if they do the Republican agenda, if they try to destroy your Social Security, John, if they try to destroy your Medicare, John, if they try to take away your right to collectively bargain, John, if they try to make the air dirtier and the water dirtier, if they try to promote more fossil fuel use, then I'll do everything I can to fight those policies. I mean, this is not rocket science. John, thank you for the call. 20 minutes past the hour. We'll be back.